That is kind of interesting. I mean, I guess they have gotten a lot more powerful since the battle with Clayman and before. But it's still kind of weird to me that, like, post-evolution, they're able to keep up with these guys. And also, I was originally disappointed whenever that happens. They got the new armor and new blades, but they didn't get a new outfit as well, since it's just the same outfit, just made with different material. Legion Tag, Part 1. Urk! This is better than we expected. This knife is something else. The rotary motion lets it hover in midair, like a dragonfly or bee when I throw it. This armor's crazy too. Each plate is cowled, so I can run at full speed and not feel any wind resistance. It's optimal equipment for Grucius' skill with the knife and Fabio's quickness. That aside, those two pieces of gear aren't specifically made for those two. In other words, that gear makes it possible for anyone to use their tactics. We'll look for inspiration in everyone's innate strengths and forge into equipment. Then make that the standard gear of our army. If we can do that. We'd practically be invisible, wouldn't we? Could you ask for a better alliance partner, or what? I'm with you on that. So I feel like the results of sparring and testing out our equipment have been satisfactory. But what should we do next? From what I've seen so far, I feel like we can come up with some interesting tactics depending on how we pair up the 3 Biscuiteers and our Oni. Soy, Albus. Next, I'd like the 2 of you to build some traps in the forest. Traps? For catching what exactly? We're close to Eurazania. The neighboring country is a vacant plot now. So the magical beasts have been reacting to the change of environments. I mean, that's kind of a mean thing to say. I mean, yeah, basically everyone is gone from that country since they had to evacuate in Millam's attack, but still. They're wanting to take it over again, so I don't think they would appreciate that comment. In other words, we'll be hunting any beasts that have started roaming out of their typical territory. Is that correct, Great Rimuru? I expected no less from you, Soy. That's exactly the plan. Understood. Let's go, Albus. Right. Looks like the beasts that normally move in packs are roaming solo. Yes, I sense gaps in their presence. Soy, is it possible for you to plant your string on the ground instead of the trees, so it covers a large area, like a root? Already done. Seriously, forget being one step ahead. I feel like you know what I'm thinking before me. It's actually a little terrifying. My deepest apologies. Okay, so I find this a little weird. So inside his, I don't know what you call it, but I guess internal thoughts or in his mind, he thinks of himself in his normal outfit instead of his training places outfit or his special outfit. It's like, I guess he's not used to changing outfits, and so this is how he always thinks of himself. Or maybe they just forgot to change his model in this small little cutscene. You've got the wrong idea. I'm paying you a compliment. By the way, could you let Albus know to take the string and... Understood. Albus, I'd like you to pass an electric current through this thread. However, I'd like the thread to become instantly charged with high voltage electricity just when it's stepped on by magical beast. Can you do that? I see. Well, in any case, I'll give it a try. Yep, that ant was probably fried.
Hey!
It just instantly incinerates enemies without a sound or trace.
Yosh!
That's the idea. Lightning causes a sonic boom because it rips through the air when it doesn't have a clear path to travel. But, by its nature, electricity should be able to travel long distances instantly. In other words, you can pull off tricks like these if you have a long, conductive thread. I've replaced the sticky steel thread with something more conductive. Now the trap should make less noise and dispose of prey before they even yowl. Yeesh! That's a stone cold expression for a morbid revelation. Now, I'll need to watch where I step, won't I? Especially with the lower half of my body having so much contact with the ground. Yeah, I mean, is she in snake form? Why isn't she in normal form? Oh, I take it you're a snake below the waist right now. Yeah, man, I'd be so scared in that situation if I didn't actually have legs, being like, oh man, could just incinerate me in one move. Jury-rigged ultimate technique. So I'm guessing they're coming out with an ultimate attack. Well, I think that should do it, Great Rimuru. What do you think? Looks good. It was able to take out monsters that could have threatened the planned reconstruction site before it could call its buddies. Could you come back now? We'll be moving on to training our tactical tag teams. Understood. Now then, Benimaru, were you able to use General Lismo to learn the combination technique Soy and Albus performed? I was. While there won't be many on Albus's level, as long as we find someone who can wield electricity, we should be able to pull off something close. Perfect. No matter how much we ramp up patrols, it's still a huge pain if any survive and call for backup. Now then, since we just did a skill combination, next I want to have you try a magic combination. For this one, the pairing is going to be Benimaru and Fabio. Me and Benimaru? So it's everyone that's been fighting each other that's basically getting paired. It's like you were fighting against each other, now you're working together. With magic. I'll explain the process, so I want you to try it out on me. I'm not sure if this is necessarily a good thing, but at least we won't have to worry about collateral damage. Benimaru, you remember when Harold first paid us a visit? You were there too, right Fabio? Of course, how could I forget that? He suddenly unleashed that crazy magic. These people are from the Sorcerer Dynasty, Serion. Good to see you still look the same, Harold. You too, Gazelle. And he is? Oh, my name is Rimuru. I'm currently serving as the leader of the Jorar Forest Alliance. Nice to meet you. So it's you! You are the demon lord who swindled my daughter. I hope you're ready to pay the price. It feels so weird that there's no voice acting at all. Like, not even a single line of dialogue to be said. like they do in normal events, or at least fully voiced like they do in the main story whenever they're recapping an episode. What? Hey! What the hell's this geezer doing? Notice, ultimate fire burst technique has been detected. Exactly. The skill Arrow tried to unload on us is called ultimate fire burst technique. That sounds like a hard spell to pull off just by the sound of it. Like the name suggests, it's the highest grade of magic that can be cast. That said, if you break it down simply, it's actually a combination of spells. A combination? You mean it's not just one spell? In the case of Ultimate Fire Burst technique, you cross a flame spell with a blazing infinity and a blast spell with an explosive affinity. You could say the two branches of Shizu's specialty. That said, Shizu borrowed her power from spirits, but Arrow did this on his own. That means it's a spell only a master mage like Arrow could cast, right? You really think Fabio and I can pull it off? Not to put ourselves down or anything, but me and B, I'm a little better at pumping the iron that's not between the ears. What does that even mean? Is that supposed to be an insult to Benimaru? You tried to lump me in there with you, didn't you? Yeah, I'm trying to see. A little better at pumping the iron that's not between the ears. Like, what does that even mean? Does that mean, like, working out? So they're both kind of meatheads, but he didn't want to call Benimaru a meathead?
Yeah.
It's just your imagination. Well, not that you don't have a point. Hey, were you guys just listening to me? Ultimate Fire Burst technique is the combination of a flame and blast spell. In other words, it should be double if we combine Benimaru's fire manipulation and Fabio's leopard fang flaming palm. I'm starting to think these two might actually have muscles for brains. So yeah, that's basically what he was saying. The Ultimate Fire Burst technique may be a difficult and dangerous spell, but there's a lot of freedom of improvisation since it hasn't been systemized. The activation time, accuracy, scale of force, area of effect, and duration. You can manage and divvy up roles of each element. You just need enough magic to control the spell and focus to collect the magicules. You should be more than up to the task between the two of you. Otherwise, you just need to breathe in sync. Go ahead, let's see you give it a try. Yeah, it's like, this is a really big task he's asking. And they're like, can we really do this? Huh? What's the matter? Oh no, I was just thinking you're almost like a teacher, Great Rimuru. Hey, I was a teacher. Really? I thought Rimuru was a salaryman. I don't remember them saying he was a teacher. Maybe I gotta go back and watch the first episode again. Yeah, I could have sworn him and his friend worked at an office. Though, I did get most of what I just said from Raphael. Alright, that was interesting. I don't know if that's more lore that's just brand new for this game or what, but yeah, that is interesting to see. Unusual Pairing, Part 1.
Yes.
We did it!
どうだ?
It's a success, isn't it, Great Rimuru? Yep, we're looking at a bona fide, jury-rigged, ultimate fire burst technique. I'd say it could even hold its own against Herald's. Way to go, us.
よし
You two ever end up in combat together, I want you to put this to good use. Yeah, hopefully one day they do go into combat together. I would love to see that.
ありがとうございます。
Yes, sir. Heh, which means I'm up next, right?
え
Huh?
いいな
What combination technique will you be teaching us? I mean, both their techniques really aren't compatible. Like, for the most part, Shion uses slices, which, unless they're fighting together, really shouldn't, like, combine. Like, maybe they can do a punch combo on somebody, but as far as I know, Sophia really doesn't have any blast attacks. So they can't be like, punch, 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 punch. Like, hit the opponent away and then both of them blast an enemy.
えっと
Great Rimaru! Shoot! A combination with Shion and Sophia? I can't think of anything.
そんな
What? I mean, it's not exactly the kind of pairing where fusion skill comes to mind. I get that we're more than strong enough to hold on our own at our level, but it kind of feels like we got shortchanged, you know? Right. I don't really think of myself much of a team player either, so you don't have to force yourself to come up with it. You're just looking for a way to slack off, aren't you?
えっと
Oof! How about a technique where I drive a tiger-drawn carriage pulled by Sophia, and then we kind of run over enemies? Like, that's not even a combination technique. That's just mostly Sophia doing all the work, and I guess using some equipment for some extra damage as a carriage.
いや
That would just be a traffic accident.
怒ったぜ
Wait, all I do is pull the carriage?
うーん
Shoot. Well, I'm stumped. It does feel like a waste to end things like this. In that case, I have just the perfect training partner for them.
ん
Huh? Where?
うん
A rather troublesome magical beast has appeared on the restoration site near Eurazania's borders. My body double is keeping an eye on it now.
なんだ
A troublesome magical beast? You mean it's too much to handle alone even for your body double, Soy?
さて
No. If we're strictly talking about raw strength, my body double can handle it. But the workers on the site are...
なあ
Aren't they the guys Benimaru caught who used to be in Clayman's army? Yes, but they're all scared stiff. The enemy has a troublesome attribute that instills fear in the troops.
ん
Fear? An attribute? I thought they used to be servants of an ex-demon lord. Sheesh, talk about pitiful.
つまりは
As such, I believe it would be a good idea in the long term for all of us to head there and show them the results of our training from today.
よし
Oh, so that's why you didn't handle it with your body double. Perfect. This will be how we wrap up today's training.
はい
Okay,
お
yeah. Ah, thank goodness. We somehow managed to distract these two. Soy, you're the best.
ん
Hang on a second. If you went through the trouble of having your body double contact you, does that mean we're pretty far from the site?
うん
Yes, and since it's close to the forest, there's a chance we may have to fight other magical beasts as well.
よし
I see.
行くか
Alright, stay sharp guys. The creatures in the area are tougher than your average bear. But the thing is, don't they have teleportation? Like, I remember them setting that up in Eurazania so they could evacuate the civilians. Don't they still have it so they're able to go to Eurazania very quick and then be in that area? I guess maybe they don't want to use that in this event, or the writers of this event don't know that because they didn't watch the series or something.
よかったらお茶でも飲んでゆっくりしていかないか?
Yep, and then they had to fight a bunch of magical beasts on the way there. Scary Swarm, Part 1. I'm guessing it's gonna be more ants or something else. Ooh, gross! Is that the troublesome enemy you were talking about? Yes. Perhaps it's a superior species of evil centipede. It dwarfs the one we saw in Jar in terms of size and strength. I can't believe their name is just generic evil centipede. That's a species name. So I guess all centipedes are evil, or all giant centipedes. True, but this is... Look at this swarm of creepy, crawly-legged creatures. No wonder they're scared out of their minds. I don't blame them. Huh? But great Rimuru, didn't Clayman also grow extra arms in his twilight years? In his twilight years? What does that mean? Does she mean like twilight form? Is that what we would call like Clayman's extra transformations? Like when he went full power and then he became an awakened demon lord? Sheesh! Don't make it sound like it was a natural aging process. Besides, that was supposed to be Clayman at full strength, right? So I guess Shion thought he got those arms because that's just how he aged. But no, that was because, like, I don't know, he probably did experiments or found ways to transmogrify his body, or however you say it, but just give him some different transformations instead of just being two arms forever. There's no way he could let his subordinates see him like that under normal circumstances. So I'm guessing this isn't a familiar sight for these guys. I think this is just kind of funny. How they're talking about the old main villain just being like, yeah, he didn't show off his full power form because it would probably scare his guys. He didn't want to like show his entire hand to his army, being like, yeah, if I ever transform like this, you know I'm taking the fight seriously. And it's like they're just kind of making light of him. Yeah, it'd be more like a party trick than anything else if we sprouted arms without a threat. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's some spider people or something where they just have more arms regularly. And plus, I can imagine having more arms would help you generally in life. 6 arms or 4 arms, anything. More arms help. If the ruler of the puppet nation had a sense of humor like that, I'm sure things would have been more peaceful there. Excuse me, Soy, everyone, you've been spectating this whole time. But we'd really appreciate it if you could save us, please. I'm just wondering, have they actually been fighting the monster themselves? Or were they just running away this entire time? Technically, this is a slave army, or... I'm trying to think. Are they indentured? I think they're a slave army. Because I don't think any of these guys have weapons. Because I think they're just forced to work and I think kind of be citizens of Arizania, considering everyone that probably died in Arizania because of Millam's attack. Because I'm pretty sure that was the plan. Have these guys work on it and then them feel kind of grateful, or I don't know what the right word is, but them feeling like, oh, we did all this work in Arizania and now we're gonna live here as citizens. I think that was part of the plan, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, my bad, my bad. Oh yeah, Soy, speaking of spectating, you took care of the magical beast in the forest just now, right?
たやすいこと。
Yes. Albus and I took out all the magical beasts who showed signs of venturing out to this area during our training. But then, where in the world did all these centipedes come from? I presume they must be native inhabitants of the underground territory in this country. Ah, that makes sense. They are centipedes after all. They must have been safe from their natural predators beneath Eurasania that was teeming with powerful warriors. But the surface was cleared, so they came above ground, huh? Well, I guess it's time for some pest control. Sophia, are you guys ready? Eek! I feel sick! Wait, you're no good with centipedes.
Yeah.
Normal evil centipedes are no problem, but the color, the pattern, and their sheer numbers makes the creep factor exponentially worse. Ah, I get that. It's hard to know why, but sometimes a certain color and pattern can look disgusting, can it? The swarm element is pretty scary too. I just like how they all appear in sync together and doing the same motions. It's just kind of funny. What? Is it just me, or are they... They're looking at me. Why me? What did I do? Why are they after me? Are the centipedes in this world all attracted to tigers? I find that hard to believe. But how about it, Raphael? Answer. The evil centipede subspecies indigenous to this region is apparently born with tiger stripes as protection from their natural predators. So what does that mean? Do they think Sophia is one of them? Because she has tiger stripes as well? Tiger stripes? But those guys have a different pattern. Oh, does that mean those ones have reached full maturity? So basically babies or their children have tiger stripes, but the adults don't? So they currently think of Sophia as one of their children and are trying to grab her? Affirmative. They only mimic the appearance of the lycanthropes on the surface, while they're still larvae, and can't fend off their predators. It is kind of weird to see that a human-ish species is the predator to a, like, huge animal. I don't think anything on Earth would consider humans as its predator. Yeah, we do eat basically everything on this planet, but I really don't think of us as predators in the normal sense, since we basically use guns and other weapons to take down other animals. So it is strange to see that these centipedes have come up with an adaptive evolution to try and survive from the lycanthropes by kind of camouflaging as, I guess, one of the subspecies of lycanthropes. Which, I guess, it avoids them from being eaten by the tiger lycanthropes, but what about basically everything else? Like the lions, the monkeys, the birds? I don't really know how many lycanthrope species are there, but there has to be a lot more that's like, oh, a tiger lycanthrope or whatever that thing is that has tiger patterns. Let's kill it. So, instead of an ass, it's a centipede in a lion's skin, huh? Then they must be after Sophia because... Wow. I was not expecting this game to curse, really. So seeing ass in this game is kind of surprising. So instead of an ass, it's a centipede on a lion's skin. Okay, I am super confused at what's even going on. So by ass, does he mean donkey? Or does he literally mean ass, as in butt? And it's a centipede in a lion skin, huh? So what does that mean? Like, aren't they supposed to be tiger skin or tiger pattern? Why is he saying lion? Because I think the only lion that we've seen in the series is Carrion. They've mistaken her for one of their larvae. Affirmative. While it is unlikely they have any intention of attacking her, it is probable they will drag her into their nest if she is caught. No way! Yeah, that'd be scary. Eventually they would figure out, and then I could just see that being a horror movie kill, where it's like they drag her in, and then eventually figure out that she's not one of the larvae, and then attack her. And then you just hear her screams from the nest. However big and far that nest is, that you can just hear her screams. I don't care who, but somebody, do something! Hang on, what do we do? If we go all out, there's a good chance the building we finally rebuilt will get sent flying. That's true. Oh, I've got it. What? Sophia, I want you to run towards me. Lure the centipedes all to me. What'll happen to you then? Don't you see how disgusting these things are? Actually, the more disgusting they are, the better. Wait, what? Are you one of those people who likes creepy critters, Shion? No, but I have an idea. I don't really get it, but I'm gonna head over there. Alright? Keep coming. Keep them coming. Now, I'll use Goriki Maru version 2 to... I don't know what you're plotting, but I can't say I approve of you trying to get the jump on us. Benimaru? Did you forget what Great Rimuru said? This is supposed to be a wrap-up for our training. We also need to show the results of our training today to everyone here. Otherwise, I'd have left the centipedes on the loose for nothing. Imagine they did hear this and are like, hey wait, you let these centipedes roam around, terrorize us, and destroy some stuff? Just so you could show off your skills? You could have killed these guys at any time. I could imagine a riot from all the ex-soldiers. That's fine. Just let me land the finishing blow, alright? Otherwise, it ruins the whole plan. Plan? Alright. So, here's the last one of the main story event, and then we gotta do the predator battle. But I think she is planning to do something with the cooking, considering good friends and good food. She's trying to, like, slice them up beforehand. Good friends, good food? With this, they're well done. Ha! Good, good. Today's training is well done. Wait, did she say well done? Ach! Wait! The evil centipede suddenly smells savory. Everyone, thanks for all your hard work with the construction. I just finished preparing staff meals for all of you. I knew it! She didn't fight the centipedes. She was cooking them with Master Chef. You can't be serious. Why in the world would you make a meal out of centipedes? I had a sudden revelation. I remembered you telling me the presentation is also important when it comes to cooking.
Yeah.
This is the exact opposite. I know, as I am now, I can't even cook basic vegetables properly. I can only chop them. and then they automatically taste good. Gasp! Don't tell me. The reason you said the more disgusting the better is because... I realized that if I cook something that looks disgusting to begin with, then people could evaluate my cooking on the taste alone. First of all, normally, she makes normal things look disgusting. And so, I'm pretty sure working the other way around is not going to change the results. That food is still going to look disgusting, but it's going to taste great. And so, people aren't going to like, eating slimy, squishy stuff, even if it tastes good. Or if it tastes like sandpaper or sand. Whatever Rimuru said. Yes, I'm aware there are some exotic delicacies out there, but this is... Now then, everyone, please dig in. Nuh-uh, not happening. Nuh-uh, not happening. Even the soldiers that are happy about being saved don't want to eat it. Hold on a second. On a second thought, eating this might actually be a good idea. Great Rimuru. Have you gone mad? There's a good chance the prisoners working here might become residents of this country when construction is finished, right? Yeah, I don't remember if, this is where I originally got that before. That they wanted the workers to become civilians eventually. Or if it was, in their original plan, right after they captured everyone. Whether it's Sophia or these guys, don't you think it'd be hard to live here if you're afraid of the centipedes? In which case...
Yeah.
You want us to get used to them by eating them? At the very least, I think the lycanthropes with tiger stripe should get used to them. Especially since the centipedes here are attracted to them like bees to honey. So yeah, basically every species of animal has a lycanthrope counterpart. So Albus being a snake lycanthrope, Sophia being a tiger lycanthrope. I don't know what Fabio is. I'm pretty sure Grucius is a wolf lycanthrope. And Carrion is a lion lycanthrope. And we have seen a monkey lycanthrope in Fabio's Ode Squad. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of subspecies of lycanthropes. What is this? A curse? Sophia gathers the centipedes. Then Shion can make a nice meal out of them to feed the workers here and help them overcome their fear. Good going, Shion and Sophia. This can be your new combination technique. Right. Just think of how much this will help you, great Rimuru. We couldn't have asked for a better takeaway from our training. Right, everyone? Ugh. Alright, let's wrap things up. This will be our final training exercise. We'll call it Shion Centipede Cuisine Binge Eating Contest. Low-key feel like this is out of character for Rimuru. I feel under no circumstances would he really be down for making everyone eat Shion's food. Maybe he would eat it, or maybe as a punishment, he would give it to Benimaru or someone else that, deserves eating Shion's food. But I feel like he wouldn't make his normal friends and regular civilians eat her food, just normally. Whoa! Great Rimuru! Are you trying to get out of eating any yourself by calling it a training? Oh no! Please, great Rimuru. You have to try it. Nonsense! Then it wouldn't be training, would it? Also, anyone working here, don't be shy and dig in, alright? Huh, well, I guess you have a point. He literally has no point. All his friends are telling him otherwise, being like, you have no point. We're not going to eat. Wait, are you serious? I was just joking. As you said, Great Rimuru, we were concerned about how we were going to live here after construction was completed.
つまり
It's only right for us to share a meal with everyone from Eurazania and eat this local specialty centipede dish. Wow, I wasn't expecting such a sweet moment. Yeah, man, I completely forgot about this. How the soldiers are turning over a new leaf and are accepting their new place as basically Eurazania's citizens. Like, this was once an evil army that wanted to destroy this country, and are now trying to rebuild it and wanting to live happily with the residents. I don't recall making this a local specialty dish. And I want you to accept us as your friends. After seeing how you fought today, I feel safe here and motivated to get stronger. I see. Well, I guess this does look like a dish that would strain your character. What do you say, Sophia? Oh, come on now. Now they're gonna think I'm faint of heart if I don't eat it after hearing him say that.
Hi.
I'll try some.
あ
Yeah, this is perfect since I worked up an appetite while training.
あやれやれだぜ
I guess I have to now. Though, it's going to be a huge shift in palate, especially since I'm so used to the food in Tempest. Yes, let's all partake in this meal, shall we? Huh?
なるほど
It seems I have no choice. Yeah, it's like all the ogres especially don't want to eat. I like how all the ogres are resisting. The only one that kind of gave in, like, easily was Hikaru. I'm guessing just because he's more mature, he's like, yeah, this is probably the right thing to do, is eat. While the younger, less mature ones, like Benimaru and Sora, are like, oh, fine, I guess we will. I'm clearly not getting out of this either now. I mean, appearance and texture aside, it should taste good, right? Let's eat, everyone. With this, we'll call our joint training a wrap for today.
Hi.
Yes, please help yourselves. Okay, fine. I'll eat too. While the original goal was to check on our weapons and joint tactics, Shion had unintentionally opened my eyes to something more important. If we were going to rebuild Eurazania, it was equally important to overcome our common dislikes and solidify our bonds. Of course, the main reason I decided to do this joint training in the first place was because Shion hadn't even realized her own weapons had changed. This tastes really good, as long as I keep my eyes closed. It's okay. I can do this. I find that so funny. She's like, yeah, I can eat this, but my eyes are just closed the entire time, while she's shoveling it in her mouth. It would have been weird if it had like some kind of cereal texture, where it was like kind of wet, kind of dry. Maybe some soup would have been good. Alright, so now we get to do the Predator battle, which I originally think I forgot to do in the event, or maybe never posted. It's one of the two. So, let's see it. Seeking further strength. Leave it to Great Rimuru to come up with such a training method. That was extremely fascinating. It gave me the inspiration for several variations of the new training exercises I like to try with Gabata and the others. Glad to hear it. I know you'll train them well. I'm just glad you feel like you got something out of that. But how do I put this? I feel as though I can still get much, much stronger, like you, Great Rimuru. We'll all commit ourselves to putting in the training, so we don't disgrace ourselves again. Yes, I agree.
うーん
Disgrace yourselves. When did that happen?
Hmm.
You may have forgotten, Great Rimuru, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. There was the battle with the Orc disaster, the first time when Lady Milim arrived, and then the invasion of the kingdom of Falmouth. That's the thing I really like about the Slime crew over other Isekai teams or crews. Like, usually the main protagonist of the series is overpowered, and usually his team is more like an entourage, always making the main character seem so overpowered and always praising him. While in the Slime crew, I feel like they are usually generally friends. Like how in one other anime I know, they would never let their master forget something, or if he did forget something, they probably would say, oh, this is all a part of his plan. He never did actually forget. So it's that's what I kind of like about this, is that they all talk like friends, and they see that Rimuru has flaws. Each of these times, we would not have made it through if you had not been there, Great Rimuru.
ん
But don't you think Disgrace is being a little hard on yourselves? There have been plenty of times where you've all saved my skin, you know? Oh,
なるほど。
this creature hid its presence and got this close without us noticing. It's quite the opponent. Yep, they're basically reusing the Orc Disaster or Orc Thirst. I'm pretty sure this is the Orc Thirst character model and not really the Orc Disaster, because I think the Orc Thirst has more light or shining parts to him, like his chest, his horns, and his hands. But yeah, I remember when this happened, I was like, are they ever gonna question this thing looks suspiciously similar to those? But no, they don't even mention it. It's apparently a random magical beast. Impressive. I didn't expect there to still be monsters of this caliber in the area. Great Rimuru, you just mentioned how we saved your skin plenty of times, correct?
ん
Yeah, I did.
Hmm.
That's not good enough for us to repay all that you've done for us. He's right. We need to more than simply redeem our honor.
見てください。
We have to continue protecting this country so that you don't have to lift so much as a finger, Great Rimuru. That is our duty. You're all so dependable, and I almost don't know what to do with you. You got it then. I'll be counting on all of you to have my back.
よかったらお茶でも飲んで
And
ゆっ
that
くり
was
して
the
いか
end
な
of
い
the
か
Predator battle. Yeah, overall, a good trip down memory lane. Yeah, I did not remember much of this. Where I'm guessing I remembered the ex-soldiers becoming citizens that way through this event. Yeah, I really want to know if it was right after they captured, or they already thought of that plan before they captured the soldiers. And yeah, I also find that super disappointing they never mentioned that it didn't look like an Orc Disaster or Orc Thirst. But overall, that was a really good event down memory lane. It was kind of funny, and I did like to see the team combinations. Hopefully we get to see that in the newest season. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Slime Isekai Memories, Training Places. If you guys did, please make sure to follow me on all my social medias, like my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, my DLive, my TikTok, my Kick, Rumble, Odyssey, and Dailymotion. Make sure to check out my second YouTube channel, and like and comment on all my videos, and even join my Discord. There you can stay up to date with everything I choose to, or my streams, videos, or anything else. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.